Good morning. High five. Good things are coming our way, aren't they? I have a question from Cinderella Coach. I remember you. How's your finger? Let us know how your finger's doing. We remember you. Yeah, as it is, I'm sure that you're probably not completely over it yet, but she says, I'm wondering if you still take the cocoa with flavonoids. Well, cacao, yes, I do. Navitas is the brand that I use. It's regenerative, which means I just recently found this out. When it says regenerative, it means that it is going by the farmers and the processors are going through very strict guidelines. Not just, oh, it says organic, on it. No, when it says regenerative, that means that there are such strict guidelines. And if they don't follow those guidelines, and I've read about it, they are checked up on a regular basis. They can be fined up to $50,000 if they are deficient in something that they've agreed to under regenerative label, okay? So Navitas, I try to get Navitas a lot. Let me show you. I keep everything in here now. This is a lot of the powders. Let me put this down. These are a lot of the supplements I'm taking. So, and here it is. I took it out of a bag because the only complaint I have about Navitas is, where you go like this to close the bag up. It doesn't work. It's horrible. Yeah. So it's here. This is cacao. It's organic. It is specially processed to keep all the flavonoids in it. That means the process is very gentle. Because once you start doing more to this, to make like cocoa powder, Hershey's cocoa powder, things like that, you're going to kill the flavonoids. And if you heat this up, you're going to kill the flavonoids. Okay? Yeah, it's very gently processed to keep everything in here. Now, the reason I started talking about this was because I read that cacao encourages stem cell growth. And we all know, stem cells are pretty darn important. And they really are, yeah. Stem cells, and I've talked about it. Stem cells are created inside of our bone marrow on the big bones. That means our hips, our thighs, our femur, our spine, yeah, the big bones. That's where bone marrow, the bone marrow inside of there creates our cells, our stem cells. And I will mention that when we are young, we are babies, our bone marrow is red. It's got that red color to it. It means it's just producing out stem cells because babies got to grow into these big human beings. So they're really going crazy, the stem cells, production of them. But as we get older, the bone marrow gets more whitish and it doesn't produce as much. So if you can, I know some people are like, oh, here she goes. But it is true. If you can up here visualize that your large bones, they're producing good stem cells, that and your bone marrow is becoming more reddish in tinge. I believe that up here, what we hold up here, we hold in our hand and in our body. So if you can visualize that, I think that will be a little bit helpful. That's just a little bit of a helpful suggestion for you, okay? I know you say, she's so new age. I'm not. I'm just saying, and I'm offering you, the suggestion to start using your brain for better things than maybe just scrolling and things like that, right? And I'm as guilty as all of us, right? I'm as guilty as everyone else, to scrolling things. But if we can start training our mind for these things. Now, also stem cells, and the reason I'm talking about is because of the cacao and the flavonoids, is that when stem cells are produced, I mean, they can stay in the bone marrow, and they're in a state where they don't know what they're going to be yet. And then when the body needs some, they say, we need muscles. She's been lifting a lot of weights. We need some more muscle. We need some more muscle cells, yeah. Then they will become muscle cells. And they can become red blood cells, which is that carries our oxygen through our body. They can become white blood cells, which really are T cells. And there's different even types of T cells. There's scout T cells, and there's killer T cells. The scout is like going around finding things, and then the killer cells, yeah, they're killing, anything that's harmful in our body. And then we've got the platelets, and those are the patchwork. Yeah, they patch things up, right? And they make those cells in our bone marrow. As we need them, they slip into our plasma. Yeah, the plasma, the liquid, yeah, that carries hormones, and it's just plasma's filled with all kinds of stuff, yeah. Nutrition, all the things that need to be delivered throughout the body. It's a delivery system. It's a factory. I know, it's a cleansing system, yeah. We got the bio system in the liver, yeah. It's so amazing. Well, the cacao helps. They've proven that cacao, the flavonoids in here, that's why it's got to be just really good. If you're going to get the benefits, it's got to be good cacao. And I trust Navitas, okay? And yeah, it's going to help increase the production of stem cells. I mean, people spend thousands and thousands of dollars to have stem cells injected into certain areas of the body. We can make our own. We really can, through proper nutrition, a good mindset. We think more abundantly, okay, and then we can think more in healthy terms to increase the health of our body. We visualize things working properly, right? Instead of like thinking in terms of I'm unhealthy, or thinking that, talking a lot about our aches and pains and things like that. If we can move our minds to be more healthy. Now, you also asked, and here's this is Navitas. This is the brand Navitas. And this is a superfood. Woo! Superfood, yeah. I keep it in here. I have to. Because I swear these, to pull that shut, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I've tried. All of their bags are, and I do believe that they say, they do believe that their bags are recyclable. So maybe that's one of the reasons why they wanted to be recyclable. But if that was the case, maybe they just need to, so you can turn it over and put a little, it's like a wire inside of a paper, and where you can fold it over or something, because these bags are not working out, babes. They're just not working out. Then you ask, and if so, how do you take it? Okay, well, let me go with that. What I do is I put it in cold milk. That's the way I like. You can put it in water. I just like to really enjoy it. It is sort of like a treat. It's like chocolate milk. Yeah, it's very good. And what I do is I put it in whole milk, but I do get the grass-fed. I've been buying Clover at Whole Foods. I want to make sure it's grass-fed. I don't want to drink milk from cows who are fed corn, because they weren't meant for that. And who are giving injections, whether it be antibiotics or vaccines or something like that. I want milk that's going to be nutritious and not harmful to my body. I mean, why would I want something like that in my body if I'm spending a lot of money on buying things that are going to increase my energy and, actually almost kind of in a way reverse aging a little bit. Yeah. Now, I know we're all going to die. Okay, we're all going to die at some point. I mean, it's a given. And I don't think we can live forever. But you know what I'm saying, the body anyways, yeah. But we can do the best we can to live as long as we want to, and do it pain-free and disease-free. So what I do is I have my bullet and I put it in there. And then what I want, it depends on, do I want it to barely be, ooh, it's a treat, or do I just, I want to get this in my body? I may add a little bit of honey. Yeah, maybe like a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of honey in there. And it's just so delicious. Now, you don't want to really pound this into your body, because I will say the cacao plant, the tree that produces these big beans with all these little cocoa beans inside, they are notorious for drawing in from the roots metals. That's the issue with the cacao plants. No matter where they are grown, they love to absorb metal. So you don't want to, as long as I've read about it, as long as you're just doing 1 or 2 tablespoons a day, you don't want to just be drinking this all day, you're fine. You're fine. But if you're just going to pound this in you, yeah, you might not want to. I mean, you're dealing with mercury and lead and things like that. But I still think the benefits outweigh. And if you can get chia seeds in you, which I do every day, I put those in a smoothie, that chia seeds, because they're gelatinous, they will draw out metals out of your body and help move them out. So there you go. And that's how I'm doing it. And if I really just want to get it in there, but I usually don't do it anymore, it's just a glass of water. Yeah. Let's have some water anyways here. There you go. Yeah, about this much water, and put it in there. It's hard to just stir it. You want to have like a little blender, whether it's a little tool that you can put in there to blend it, or I use my bullet. Okay, so then you go on also. Do you take supplements? If so, what do you take and how often? Okay, that was the one thing I did not show you. So let me get some of these out. I'll do one at a time. Oh, this is astragalus root. And what this does is this helps because this has been actually in studies been proven to increase the health of your telomeres. What the heck are telomeres? Well, I've talked about them. If you watch watch my videos regularly, you get pretty smart, right? Because as I learn things, and I'm really into learning about all this stuff, I share it with you. Your telomeres are the little caps on your DNA, your chromosome, okay? And you have chromosomes in your cells. But your chromosomes, it's like a chromosome goes like this, and then the other one goes like this. If you've ever seen a chromosome, it sort of looks like this. It's like a yeah, it's almost like an X. Okay, so then there's these little caps on each end of each one. And those are your telomeres. I know, have you heard of telomeres? It's fascinating. Our body is just a miracle in motion. So our telomeres, in every cell, the telomeres, as it has to renew itself, the telomeres get shorter and shorter, okay? Now, babies have very long telomeres, so you can imagine. To me, telomeres is like an hourglass of your life. Yeah, days of our lives. Now, if you can keep those telomeres long, you can live longer. Isn't that something? Now, as you age, now each cell has the telomeres on your chromosome, each telomere. And each cell, as that cell starts to get older and is constantly reproducing itself, at some point it dies. But our telomeres in general throughout our body, the telomeres will get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. I believe the hormone is telomerase. It's like a little vapor. Telomerase is created to make our telomeres, I know, our telomeres longer and stronger. Well, this astragalus, you can get the powder. I did get the powder, but this is like an extract of astragalus root. And so I put this in my smoothie. It helps the production of telomerase. I hope I'm saying it right. I know. Yeah. I'm not an expert at it, but I have done research and I'm just sharing with you. If you want to look it up more, look it up, your telomeres. Learn all about your telomeres. Now, this is so important. We are learning now how important magnesium is. This is a magnesium complex. There's all kinds of magnesium, and this is a complex, and it's a liquid. I do like the liquid, and they actually say this is stronger, the liquid. That way I don't have to swallow pills. I don't like swallowing pills. Yeah, and I put this in my smoothie. Yes, I do. Okay, now I do have a couple of, these are gel caps. They slide easy. This is QH Absorb. Well, anyways, this is COQ10. Yeah, that I know you've seen it. If you know about supplements, yeah. And this helps with to fuel your mitochondria. I know it's another word for you, your mitochondria. Your mitochondria is in every cell except the red blood cells. They do not have mitochondria. Because they need to carry more oxygen, and so they want oxygen. If a stem cell is going to grow into a red blood cell, it will not develop a mitochondria, okay? And then there's another thing, it will not grow, a nuclei. There won't be a nuclei because it wants to carry oxygen. It needs all that room for the oxygen. Yes, red blood cells are the only stem cells, they become from stem cells that do not have a mitochondria or a nuclei in it. But this helps fuel your mitochondria, okay? It's like the little nuclear power plant in your body. And then this is omegas with turmeric. Yeah. I might get another brand when these get, because these are from Dr. Living Good. And it's in a clump. I have to keep pulling one away from the clump. Yeah. Okay, this one pulled away before he wasn't there. It's like they're pulling away. Lee needs us. I'll be the guinea pig. I'll give it. I'll slide down her throat, right? Okay. Okay, and then this is a good brand. This is vitamin D and K2. I don't like this one. It wanted a thing that where you go like that and it wasn't coming out. So I took this off, and now I have to use a spoon to, yeah. I need to get a little dropper in there. That would be better. Yeah, I need a dropper. Droppers, where's my dropper? I wonder if this dropper would fit on there. Let's see. This is just water in here. No, that won't work. I'll have to be on the lookout for a dropper. Or just get it. But Thorne is actually a really good brand. They have all the vitamins you could want. Everything. Supplements. And then I'm going to be getting a couple more. I do not have a multi going on. And so I need to do some research. Probably a good multi would be good. But I've got so much going on already. But, and I know some of you might say, oh, you can't, you can overdose on this and overdose on this. Yeah, I'll figure that out. I mean, I don't take, I remember somebody said, what did they say? I said, well, I take vitamin D. And somebody actually said, which is okay, but they said, oh, you need to do your research, Lee. You can't do VD without K2. And so I looked and I go, well, it is. I'm kind of aware of a lot of things, but yeah. Just, you asked and I let you know what I take. So this is what I do for right now. And then I do have a lot of the supplements going on that I can put in my, and I showed a lot of them. This is Navitas, this is pomegranate powder. Yeah, they got beet and everything, you know, like beets. Oh, yeah, they've got everything. You could spend a fortune. Yeah, you could spend a fortune on this stuff. And I don't want to spend a fortune, and neither do you. But I do want to spend some. I do want to invest in my body. I want to invest in my health. Yeah. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you, Cinderella. And keep us posted on your finger, okay? And how your health is doing. So, yeah, do this nutrition. Okay, Cinderella? Cinderella. Yeah, do it. Get as much good nutrition as you can. Don't be eating sugar. Don't be eating grains that are loaded with glyphosates. Yeah, and they're just spraying our grains with glyphosate. Somebody had mentioned about the oats, and they said, oh, oats are not GMO. You need to do your research. Well, you're right. You're right. Not all of them are GMO. But most of the oats in this United States that they're selling are being sprayed with glyphosate, which is poison. And our body looks at it like a foreign object and attacks it, along with our wheat. I know it. It's just horrible what they've done to our food supply. And what it does is it makes us, our immune system go crazy, and it inflames our body and everything. Yeah. So it's not good. So I've gotten rid of all the oats, and I don't even eat grains. One of you asked me, do I eat bread? No, not anymore. And I used to be a major bread eater. Oh my, I baked bread once a week. It was I would actually grind my own wheat beans. And they were before, and I got those, and I had buckets of them. I bought them, and they were before GMO. They started doing that. So when I became a nomad and I gave those away, somebody really did get a good deal, and I just gave them away. I had like 4 buckets, 6-gallon buckets of wheat berries. I had winter wheat berries, and I had a hand grinder. I was quite the little Martha Stewart, you know, in my home, in my kitchen. So I did love bread. I did, but I don't anymore. I don't feel well after eating it. And it's not even so much the gluten. It's the poison they've sprayed on them. Okay? Yeah, our food supply has been poisoned in so many areas of our food. Yeah. So, no, I don't really do the grains anymore. Yeah. I just do protein and some greens. I'm even careful about those because they're spraying that appeal, and they're spraying when it's in the produce section, you know, those misters that come down. A lot of them, they're spraying chemicals on them in the misters because to keep them fresh. I know. So I'm even careful about that now too. I've said no to chemicals. No. Yeah. Okay. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. There will not be a video this afternoon. This is it. And but I'll see you tomorrow morning, okay? I love you guys. Bye.
Have you seen my baby? She's not a dame nor a lady. Not in the way she walks, the way she talks, or the way she loves me. Just look at me. I'm like a monkey in a coconut tree. You know I'm overjoyed, 'cause boy, oh boy, she's my gal.